Well, thank you everybody for that introduction. So it's all of that is good because it kind of kicks us off of why graduate school, and hopefully this presentation will help you increase your passion through getting an advanced degree. And this is a little tricks and tips about how to go to graduate school and hopefully increase your passion. So a little bit of a presentation outline. I'll do a slight introduction. We'll hit some learning objectives, learning outcomes, and then we'll have the actual presentation. Then we'll wrap it up with a slight discussion. So our learning objectives today is to determine why or reasons to pursue an advanced degree, considerations that you need to have to begin your application process, and then also completing the graduate application process, and then kind of what's the next steps once you gain admission into your respective program. And then the learning outcomes is to make sure that you're knowledgeable about why graduate school is important, and then to give you some additional knowledge about why preparing for graduate school is important and how to do that, and then inform you of the benefits of going to graduate school beyond just the monetary values and investment. So we want to start out with an exercise, and we kind of have like 3 groups. By the way the room is set up is for you to talk amongst yourselves and generate a list of, let's do 10 things that you currently know about graduate school, and we'll take about 5 minutes or so to put together that list. So if you can work in your groups, again, we got a group here in the middle of the room, you 2 here, and then this group over here, kind of come up with some ideas of what you currently know about graduate school. Yep, that'll work. That makes it equal.
Research. So we say I feel like we gotta be with this. And then I got you seeing that all the small stuff. See what the scratch up. So we really got to scratch. Yeah, I see it. You guys I bring this stuff.
We have about 3 more minutes left.
What everybody you is. This form, this is this. It's still good. Yeah, that is. So you say, oh, it's difficult. And you say, how that water comes up, right? funding. So, oh, this is
So you have your major, and then decide your major, just choose this after. That's kind of what you're short, whether it's research or classwork or.
So what you want me to write down?
You have about 1 more minute left.
Classes on more
Yeah, I'm trying to get like a bit more.
Well, they said that was here for
You're going to really put more.
All right, 30 seconds, and then we're gonna each group select a spokesperson, and we'll go through your list. Oh, clock stop. All right, let's go through your list. I'm gonna call you Group A and Group B. So Group A, do you have a spokesperson that want to speak up and give us the 10 items that you come up with, or whatever you came up with on your list about what you currently know about graduate school?
What we came up with, really that we need our letter of recommendations. We need to take a GRE test. We need to do independent research, have a mentor, also create your personal statement, and have funding for grad school. And that you need to apply for the year prior, and that you obviously need to finish undergrad.
Yes, that will be a key component. Finish undergrad. That will be the prerequisite. So good list, and everything that you said on that list is accurate about graduate school, and hopefully throughout these presentations this week we'll be able to expand upon that and bring some additional information to the table to make your pursuit a lot easier. Group B.
Yeah, the classes are of a higher difficulty. There's more independence and less reliance on professors. You gain more experience. There are additional pair collaborations and working with others. Classes are more specific and research based. Mentorship is more focused, and you can apply for more lucrative positions early on in your graduate school.
Okay. And that is also correct. So let's see what I came up with on my list. So in graduate school, you get specialized knowledge, which you said you get to do more research based. So that is one of the primary reasons for going to graduate school, is to give you additional tools in your toolbox to that you can apply to whatever discipline you're in. It also provides more in-depth knowledge to subjects that you're already taking, so you can get more specialized, in-depth knowledge there. And then you get to engage in the research and other intellectual activities as well, so that you can contribute to the overall scholarly body of knowledge. And then one thing that nobody really said earlier is it requires a personal commitment to you. So unlike graduate school, you had your parents and your mentors or whoever back home kind of rooting for you and pushing you along to make sure that you get from freshman year to senior year. Pushing that commitment when you go to graduate school is more of an internal commitment that is going to see you through to the end, along with assistance from your cadre or your community of peers to help you get from your beginning of your program to the end of your program. So again, you see that creating that community. So that is very important in graduate school because again, it's about engaging with researchers, engaging with intellectual properties and activity, and again, giving you additional rigor. Pushing the envelope is what all graduate studies is all about. Why to pursue advanced degrees? Personal growth, greater employment opportunities, career advancement opportunities, a sense of accomplishment, interior pride, greater recognition and credibility. The previous speaker talked about that recognition and credibility, how again on the undergraduate level, it's more of you using the university for credibility. But when you become graduate and you advance in your career, the university is looking more to you for their credibility to say, why come to this particular university? Because look how well we've trained this individual to be able to do X within the community and gain notoriety for that. And then you also, in your field of study, you get some notoriety and recognition for being a leader in your field of study with your research aspirations. And then, of course, there's also the financial reward. My guy who said he was passionate about money. So you can get some more money out of this deal. But not as much as you think, but you do get some more money. We're not on Warren Buffett's level, but I had to say that because we're in Omaha. Trends in pursuing advanced degree. Trends in the economy shows that the U.S. economy is becoming extremely dependent on higher education. So we're moving from the industrial economy to more of an intellectual economy. And we're even doing another economic transition with the gig economy. So again, having seeking an advanced degree or having additional knowledge helps in those more intellectual-based economies because again, the world's problems are getting more complex and complicated. So by having that additional information and tools in your toolbox allows you to be able to navigate these more complicated and complex problems. And then there's a little bit of statistics between 2009 and 2029, which we're fastly approaching. There will be approximately 2.5 million jobs that will require master's, doctoral, or advanced degrees. Again, that's because the world problems are getting more complicated. Let's look at climate change, for an example. Look how complicated that process and problem is. And problems are more interdisciplinary than they were, or we recognized 10 or 20 years ago. So now, we're talking computer scientists, you got engineers, psychologists, social sciences, all working together to try to solve these complex world problems. So just to give you an example of the trends in degrees that career paths that require advanced degrees as the barrier to enter the market. So if you want to be a lawyer, in order to become a lawyer, you have to get an advanced degree. You have to go to law school, get a Juris Doctorate degree, just to enter into that particular field. Some of your healthcare specialists, again, just to get into that market, you have to have an advanced degree. So yes, you've done your undergraduate degree. Your undergraduate degree is a great preparatory degree, but in order to get into that field, you have to go and gain additional, more specialized knowledge to become a productive member in that particular occupation. Any questions? Again, I said at the beginning, this is an interactive presentation. Y'all are not going to sit here and let me talk the whole 40 minutes. Any questions? I know y'all have something rolling around in your head. No takers. Okay. What's 1 plus 1? 2. He's on it. He's paying attention. He said 2. Again, let's look at physical therapists. Average wage in 2019 around $89,000 a year. Of course, that has went up because of inflation. Also, let's be honest, nobody wants to work these days. So job vacancies. Yeah. So you can almost pay probably close to $100,000 now being a physical therapist. But in order to get into that field of study, you need at least a doctoral or professional degree. So let's look at a side-by-side comparison of the various degrees. So if you have a high school diploma on the lower end, you make, about $626 pay period, weekly. That's not a lot of money, is it? Have you been to the grocery store lately? Every time I go to the grocery store, I spend almost $100. Come out with 20 items or less. It's crazy.
2 items.
Yeah, 2 items, $100. Sad. Y'all should know how it is. Y'all are college students. Y'all are just, again, y'all are too quiet. It's supposed to be an interactive presentation. Y'all must don't know the definition of interactive. What is the definition of interactive? Somebody give me the definition of interactive.
Is it?
Well, I give you something, you give me something back. But more on a serious note, and then you see on the high end, your doctoral degrees, it's what, more than 2 times? About 2 times? 2, 3 times as much as a high school diploma, so you get almost $2,000 a week doctoral. So going to the grocery store spending $200 is not that bad. It's still bad, but it doesn't hurt as much. And then you can see what your bachelor's degree will get you. So your bachelor's degree, you're right in the middle. Master's degree, you make slightly a little more money. You make about $200 more. And then a professional degree, between bachelor and that, you make about $500 more. So again, you make a little bit more money. But again, the real premise of it is, again, you like what you do, so you become a leader in your recognized field. It's less about the monetary gain, even though additional money in your pocket is always nice. It's more about what you can contribute back to society and how you can navigate those more complex problems. Because you don't want to be like you guys are now, just sitting here quiet, looking at me like a deer caught in headlights. You want to be able to contribute to the conversation. And then, again, being a minority is more important that we're able to contribute to that conversation. Because, again, more oftentimes than not, we're not represented in the room. And again, sometimes we see the world from a different perspective than sometimes the majority. So these are the fields of study that requires an additional degree above your bachelor's degree, again, for the field of entry. And you would have thought that that list would have been long. I mean, it's been short, but that list is long and is actually growing. Librarians, mathematicians, urban and regional planners, economists. This is a surprise. The farm and home management advisors. Now we're going to stop and do a little soul searching exercise. And with this exercise, I want each individual to say 1 or 2 words. Let's kind of like the introduction, but let's do it in 30 seconds. And so I'm going to give you a minute or 2 to do some soul searching, but I want to know, if you pursue an advanced degree, how could that increase or decrease the item that you said you were passionate about earlier? And you don't have to go all in depth and philosophical moments, so it doesn't have to turn into a 5-minute conversation. And if you, I don't want to say that, never mind. I'm gonna let y'all tell me when y'all are ready.
You just said 1 or 2 words, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we only saying increase or decrease, right?
Well, no, so you got to tell me how going for an advanced degree will either increase or decrease what you said you were passionate about. So like a sentence or 2.
Yeah.
I don't need a long 5-minute dissertation, just a couple of sentences. Are y'all ready? Y'all need some more soul searching time. I want to be good.
You want to be good.
I want to be good. A very wise man told me, words matter. So choose your words carefully. Y'all ready? And y'all choose y'all words carefully.
Yeah.
He
said not too long of a story. I'm trying to choose a story that's to quit something.
I'm gonna start with B first. Anybody on this side ready? All right, let's go.
Well, I said I was passionate about relationships in my life.
Okay.
I would say it would increase because, for one, get your master's, you're going outside of your comfort zone for one. You're meeting new people from different walks of life, and like Dr. Jennifer said, just kind of building your community in that way with people that you may have never thought you talked to in a day in your life.
Okay. So increase your community. Hey.
I had said I was passionate about renewable energy resources and power systems. I feel as though graduate school would only increase it because, more knowledge is more power. The more I learn about it, the more in depth I can go in and help and assist in that area.
So you're able to contribute to that, again, keyword community. So that community as well, okay.
Everybody know I'm passing a lot of money. I think it would increase because, like you said, more knowledge. I would know what to do with the money, and how to help others with
Okay.
He said, mechanics, I say it would increase, like more experience, more knowledge, I guess, and it's all you. I say increase.
That would help you increase it.
I guess we're doing more research projects and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay.
So I say, well, my thing was, I like building cars and stuff like that. So I say it'll help increase it because I'm passionate about either, finding a different fuel source or either, building my own car one day. So the knowledge and just being in the atmosphere would be good. And the, money to create it.
Yeah.
I said I was passionate about construction design and transportation, and I guess for those two fields it's more like experience based, but I think graduate school will increase the structural side of it because it's more knowledge based than experience.
Right. Increase knowledge.
I said I was passionate about hands-on kind of work.
Okay.
Since I'm regular graduate school, I'm more into to do like more research and doing more lab work, which I like. But at the same time, graduate school is like a lot of work. So like you decrease it and increase it at the same time.
Okay. Elaborate a little bit about why it would decrease your passions.
Because I feel like, I don't know, not to assume, but I feel like everyone kind of goes through like a phase in college where they like question if this is the right path or if they will be able to like make it to the end or make it to the goal. And graduate school is tough, it's competitive, so I feel like you question yourself a lot.
Quarter life crisis. Everybody has them. I head nod. Still going through it.
Can I say something?
Yes, you say.
So, you're right. I think everybody goes through the imposter syndrome. But just know, if you are admitted into grad school, you're supposed to be there. You did everything that you're supposed to do to get into that school. So, once you have been invited, the only person who's going to keep you from being uninvited is you. So you don't feel like you're not adequate. You're very adequate.
I said that I'm interested in chemistry, and I think that grad school will help me because first of all, I need more knowledge. I'm interested specifically in kind of like pharmacology, like chemistry with the body stuff. So it would increase my knowledge and possibly help me maybe increase access to medicine in areas that don't have it.
I said I was passionate about programming, and I think grad school would help me increase it because so far in chemical engineering, where I do a lot of programming, I only built one course in Python and I liked it, so I think going there and also for my focus area, going into computing. So I think going to grad school would increase my knowledge.
Okay.
I believe that it will increase my knowledge because
Speak up just a little bit.
I said I believe that it will increase my knowledge because my major is computer engineering and I'm commercial focus on robotics, and I feel that like once
It's a little bit louder. I can't hear it because of the hum of the computer. That's why I keep walking close. I know you can talk louder than that. We was at a football game, you be hooting and hollering and carrying on. Come on.
I feel that it will increase my knowledge and that it will also just also put me into the environment where I'm around people who are also pursuing independent research and who also will have the same mindset as me. So that will keep me structured and focused.
Okay.
I said I was passionate about technologies. I think it will increase because technology is now growing and I will require like a higher level knowledge or more complex algorithms to just focus on technologies. So it will increase.
I said I was passionate about lifelong learning and programming. I'm already in grad school, and so far, my main goal there was to specialize in knowledge, especially in transportation, and find innovative ways in which programming can be used to improve transportation.
Okay. I'm gonna flip the question. Are you in grad school as well? You two, I'm gonna flip the question since you're already in grad school. So going further, I'm assuming you're at the master's level, to go to the PhD level. How do you see going to the next step? How that will increase your passion?
My first passion is lifelong learning. It's always a good thing to learn as much as you can. So I'm going for PhD.
Well, did change your answer. You picked the same one. I like one. I love learning. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Going to the next level, how I think it will change. I think undergrad and a little bit of grad school and the master's level is still more about gaining knowledge more than contributing to the knowledge. So I think it will be now taking it to the next level where I'm contributing to the knowledge that is already there instead of
You absorbing the knowledge.
Yeah.
So now you're giving back to the community because you've already absorbed all the knowledge. Okay. All of that was good answers, and we have about, I'm sorry. You blended in so well. I'm sorry.
My passion was construction. Construction is heavy on experience based, but going to grad school I think would increase and of course pay because you have higher education level, but then also it will help you have a better image in the corporate world.
Yeah. So if you notice that everybody said basically getting an advanced degree will increase their ability to get to their passion. So what does that tell you need to do? Apply to graduate school. Think you've already answered that question for yourself. We kind of did this discovering commodities, but we flipped it a little bit about why, you answer why you want to or should attend graduate school. And again, just kind of recap what you guys have already came back with the soul searching exercise is you increase your earning potential, professional growth and development and advancement in your career, and the enjoyment of gaining knowledge about your chosen field of study. And I'm going to add to that being able to contribute and give back to your field of study, like someone said earlier. So what's the next step in the graduate school process? Step one, you want to research the ratings and reputation of the graduate schools and programs that you are thinking about attending. And then you want to know and be very intimately familiar about what are the requirements for admission to the university or graduate program of your chosen field of study. Like someone said earlier in the presentation that they need to go take the GRE. Some require you to take the GMAT. So again, and knowing what those scores are for admission, that is important. And then you also want to look at the faculty and staff that's there because again, you are doing a commitment of your time. So you want to make sure that that particular university has the staff that can support you. Because again, it's a community atmosphere. And also you want to make sure they're doing research that excites you or that you're passionate about. And then you also want to look at their student services to see what the school offers in their respective programs. So you want to not only look at the academic side, but you want to look at the social side as well. Make sure they have activities available for your mental health and well-being that you like participating in. Because again, yes, you're there to study, but you also need to have life balance and some time outside of study. And then you want to know what type of financial support that you can expect from that particular program. And that also lets you know what type of grants, scholarships, and other financial programs you need to be applying for, and also those deadlines and timetables. And then you need to look at how much educational debt. That's a big topic in the U.S. right now, educational debt. So you need to look and see how much debt you're going to be leaving with. Hopefully, with the presentation you'll hear this week, the level of debt you're going to leave with an advanced degree will be absolutely zero. That is our goal. And then how many students within their school or program, how many of them actually complete their degrees? There are some programs, people just come in and fly back out, but they never make it to the end. We want to make sure that you get into a program where people are successful in getting in and getting out in a reasonable time frame. And then, of course, you want to look at how long it takes them to complete that program as well. And then you want to look at the location of the university and the cost of living. So, again, we're in Lincoln today. It's supposed to snow sometime tonight, so if you're not a cold weather person or favor of cold weather, Lincoln may not be the place for you. So again, you want to look at those factors as well, and then you want to also do like Dr. Jennifer said, you want to look at where graduates of that program are employed, because again, that's an opportunity for the program to say, look, hey, we've graduated person X and they are employed at X. They're doing great. So the educational investment that the university put into them, as well as the investment they put into themselves, makes it well worth it. And then what does the university program expect of the individual graduate? Some of them require you to be teaching assistants. Some of them, require you to be lab assistants, etc. It's good to know what the expectations are up front. So kind of what makes in the selection process, participate in campus visits and graduate preparation conferences like the one today. Again, some of the campus visits are free. So again, if you ask those questions, closed mouths don't get fed. They may fly you out there or drive you out there, however, get you out there so that you can look at the campus, meet the department. Again, it can be free of charge. Become very familiar with the deadline dates of your college application. Also, develop your purpose statement, look at what the GRE scores need to be, and then also make sure you have your college transcripts and information lined up. If that particular graduate program of study requires a resume, make sure that your resume is up to date. And then, of course, you will be required to have letters of recommendation. So again, this week is a good way for you to meet and mingle with other professors at universities so that you can possibly get letters of recommendations and then be cognizant of the GPA requirements. Let's see, previously, you want to make sure you fully understand the graduate admissions process. Your graduate admission, when you get to the graduate school, is a little bit different. Admissions process is slightly different. Once you apply to that university, they typically submit it to the department that you wish to be a part of, and there's a selection committee that goes through the applications. Whereas on the undergraduate end, everything is handled through the Office of Admissions. Those applications are generally sometimes competitive. So again, if you reach out to that department early, ask questions, again, you'll be fresh on their mind when those competitive applications come up, and that will help you gain a little bit of advantage in the admissions process. And also be proactive and also follow up on your application. So we just don't want to sit it in and just don't follow back up on it. We want to make sure we follow up so that we're at the top of folks' mind. And then kind of wrap up conclusion, attending graduate school offers tangible and intangible benefits and opportunities. And throughout this presentation, you guys came up with some of those tangible and intangible opportunities. Again, slightly higher earning potential than just your BS degree. And again, that's over the lifetime, so that is compounded. And then at the end of this presentation, you also understood the factors of what it takes to get started with a graduate application and being proactive about the investment and time commitments made to pursuing an advanced degree. That should be the end of my slide. I am Professor Juhann Waller of North Carolina A&T State University. Any questions?